Good day, you bunch of absolute legends, and welcome back to Team Ion Presents Skyrim. This is the third of 3 videos that I'm making today. And in the last video, we finished Blackreach, we got the Elder Scroll, we figured out the Dragon Wrench Shout, and now we have to arrange a ceasefire between Ulfric Stormcloak and the Imperials so that we can trap a dragon in order to get to Alduin. Did I say we defeated him? We did. I think I may have, but anyway. Yes, I just had a lunch break and I'm back. Can't believe it took me so long to get around to doing Blackreach. It took me no time at all. Oh well, when depression strikes, and when your cat unexpectedly dies.
Alduin? We heard the Dragon Wrench shout from here. You defeated him?
Defeated, not killed.
I feared as much. I thought it was him we saw flying east after your battle. We are not warriors. What is overlooked in the Dragonborn is not permitted to any other followers of the Way of the Voice. You misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs. I see. The dragon will lead you to Alduin, but without the Jarl's help. Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk.
I wonder.
Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems.
If Paarthurnax hadn't or wasn't.
Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to them. We will see if they still remember us. Breath and focus.
If Paarthurnax didn't exist, putting aside the fact that we wouldn't know how to get the Dragon Wrench out that way, and Arngir was in charge, would he still help us, or would he say, "No, can't help you, sorry, world's doomed"? Anyway, Ulfric Stormcloak trained with the Greybeards, that's how he knows how to use the voice, so obviously he respects them, and General Tullius, he's an Imperial obviously, and he wasn't born in Skyrim, but he's lived here long enough to know that the Greybeards are a respected and venerable society, so he also will listen to him, and his advisor, his closest advisor, his top general is also a Nord, so a Nord who supports the Empire. Normally I would do the same. I mean, normally I side with the Empire, but
he's a true Nord. He'll come around.
But the coin decided.
We've intercepted couriers.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation.
Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you? Ah, yes. Destined for the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken. Raylof's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good man, but he hasn't returned yet. So I'll need to wait for his account. For now, speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. Not everyone can say they made it out of Helga.
I love how he just...
Seems we're all branded villains these days.
I love how he just
So long as
assumes
your
that we're
criminal
here to help
past
him.
stays in the past, and you fight for me with honor and integrity. We'll welcome you into our ranks. And what would you have me do? Speak with Galmar. He'll size you up and see where we get. Is that so? I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get. I will honor your request.
Since I'm here, I might as well.
With us.
It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Alduin, the World Eater of song and legend. If that's true, well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
That's not actually the
all
focus
know
of
that.
this peace council. It's
How
not to
long are you going to wait?
come up
You
with a
think I need to
conclusive
send
end to the
both
war. It's
brothers
just
to
negotiating a ceasefire. And both sides will demand concessions from the other, and you can and they both turn to you to be the person who makes the decision, because you know you're the all-powerful, well, not all-powerful, but you're the powerful Dragonborn. So they say, well, what does the Dragonborn think? And you can respond accordingly with who you think deserves what.
Wanderer like you must have plenty.
I will try to be as balanced as I can,
Fletching suits me. It's difficult and sometimes tedious, but a well-made arrow strikes
because
forth like
as far as I'm concerned, this is a succession. This is a war, a dispute, a succession dispute over a royal title. My character doesn't like royalty.
The reception will be public. Anyone in solitude.
I remember you. You were at Helgen. Speak to Legate Ricka. I suspect we could use someone like you.
That's not what this is about.
I see. Then there's nothing further to discuss. If you change your mind, speak with the Legate. The Greybeards. What do those old hermits want with me? Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor. They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons. I'll be the judge of that. Besides, by all reports, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as much as we are from these dragon attacks. Has he? I suppose he doesn't want to miss a chance to bluster about the Empire's many crimes. He's probably hoping I'll refuse so he can blame the Empire for being unreasonable. I think I'll have to disappoint him yet again. Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do.
I wonder
I'm
why
telling
it
you, Ulfric's planning an attack
why
on
it
rebels.
made me try to do, or it gave the option for a persuasion check, because I already
Greybeards
have.
called a peace council at High Hrothgar. We believe it. Both Ulfric Stormcloak and General Tullius have agreed to go.
Literally, I just spoke to General Tullius, so either you were listening to my conversation, or what?
Dragons?
Or the news indeed spreads fast around here.
Citizen?
Anyway, the beards, the Greybeards obviously will be in attendance at the meeting, but so will the Blades, and the Blades and the Greybeards do not get on. And then afterwards, Delphine and Esbern will demand that you kill Parthenax. Sorry, stumbling over names, because as far as they're concerned, he's evil and will never stop being evil, even if you think otherwise. Normally, without a mod, the only way to avoid killing Parthenax is just simply to avoid it. You can't convince them, but I do have a mod, which means I can. But I don't know if my persuasion skill is high enough to do it. And it's just and they say until Parthenax is dead, we can't, you know, associate with you, Dragonborn, even though technically they are sworn to your service. I suppose oaths don't mean anything if you don't intend to keep them. Anyway, here we go. Oh wait, no, the Blades aren't here.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting.
He's right.
They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. You know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
Ah, here they are, right on time.
So, Arngeir, is it? You know why we're here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You're not invited here. You're not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you. More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Were you? Hubris of the Blades truly knows no bounds.
If it were up to you, the Dragonborn would sit dreaming on this mountain doing nothing.
Delphine, we're not here to rehearse or
Esbern is actually the
matter
most
at hand is urgent. Alduin
reasonable
must
of all
be
these
stopped.
people.
You wouldn't have called this council if you didn't agree. We know a great deal about the situation and the threat that Alduin poses to us all. You need us here if you want this council to succeed. Very well. You may enter.
And the Thalmor ambassador Ellenwyn is also here because she represents the, or she is part of the Imperial negotiation, because technically she has to ensure that all the things that are agreed to aren't in violation of the treaty between the Thalmor and the Empire. But she can be dismissed if, depending on your decisions. And she doesn't have good things to say about you.
And so we meet again. But this time I know who and what you really are.
Why delay? Please, take your seat so that we can begin.
Let's do this. Anyone? It may just be because she's walking there and she hasn't made it to her seat yet.
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin.
I think Ulfric is gonna Ulfric
I hope that we have all
is gonna have a
come
problem
here
with
in the
her.
spirit
You
of-
insult
Ellen,
us
when I
by
mean.
bringing her to this negotiation. Your chief Talos hunter.
That didn't take long.
Here, here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard. The nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that. Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do.
He doesn't actually walk if you refuse him, but I'm going to refuse him.
Maybe so, but bringing her here is a deliberate provocation. Tullius needs to know I won't be pushed around. It feels like a mistake to me. But I'll bow to your judgment on this.
Since if I do the quest, I'm eventually going to be
She is
siding
to
with
observe,
Ulfric Stormcloak.
nothing more. We are not negotiating with her.
I guess
Is
my
that
character
clear?
should have more sympathy with him.
Ulfric, why so hostile? After all, it's not the Thalmor that's burning your farms and killing your sons.
She's supposed to be on our
You
side?
know exactly. No. Not this time.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
A temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
She's the wife of
Jarl
the
Elisif.
previous High King,
General, this is outrageous. You can't be
who
taking
Ulfric
this demand
executed.
seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hoped to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely out of character.
Want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
If I said Winterhold is a minor, well, a smaller hold, so Riften is what you offer if it's a fair trade, so I'm gonna make this a fair one.
The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil, and threatened Ulfric's southern flank. You heard what she said, Ulfric.
He's angry
We've
because
made you a fair offer. Are you serious about these talks, or are you just here to posture?
I expected better from you, Dragonborn. I came here in good faith, and now it seems you help the Empire at every turn.
no matter who,
As for you, General Tullius, I see now that Galmar was right. Talking to the Empire is just as useless as ever. If you think you can hold Markarth, you're as deluded as your Emperor when he signed away our freedom to the Thalmor. Skyrim will never again bow to your false empire. Let's go, Galmar. I should have listened to you in the first place.
You always were a fool, Ulfric. You're no better at diplomacy than you are in the battlefield.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that
there's
you can't
always
see
a
past
dispute,
your
no matter
petty
which
disagreements?
side you side with.
Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
A very pretty speech. But what does
Shut
it have
up.
to do with that?
If he's right about Alduin, we both have just as much to lose here, Tullius. Remember that. Now, back to the matter at hand. Don't hand me a mug of sheep's piss and call it mead. These terms are still not acceptable.
So now he will
I'm
make
sure
a
you have
demand,
something in mind.
and we decide on that.
Damn right we do.
We want compensation for the massacre at Anga's mill.
You slaughtered them. The women, the children. You butchers!
That's a lie. My legionnaires are disciplined, unlike your...
compensation every time a farm gets burned in a war that you started, do you, Ulfric?
What say you, Dragonborn?
I will give him this. If you sided with the Ulfric on this and the Empire threatens to walk out of the meeting, the same scenario happens, they sit down and then they make a demand. Although if you side with Ulfric or constantly, I'm not sure if this works with the Empire, but if you side with Ulfric all 3 times, then he will demand, his demand won't be compensation, it will be he demands one other city, I can't remember what it is, as his price for agreeing to the truce. Anyway, yes.
Yes. Do you hear that, Tullius? The blood of the innocent cries out for Wergild. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
I
It seems
think I handled that very fairly.
Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thongvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. The Empire will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Anga's Mill. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Galmar. We have a lot of work to do.
Regardless of who you side with, those two do walk out.
For this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl Balgruf, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan.
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Well, that's an excellent question. You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
I believe I can be of help here.
Next one side out to the rescue.
I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Them, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised out. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Indeed. I'm no master of voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in the scroll. Odahvin, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
I hope this truth gives you what you need. What last? There's one more thing
Here we go.
we know about
This is where they make their demand.
Parthenos, the dragon that the Greybeards have been protecting for all these years. He needs to die. He deserves to die. And it falls to you to kill him. Until he's dead. Well, I'm sorry, but we would dishonor our oaths as blades if we continue to help you. Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us. Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. He may have betrayed Alduin in the end, but that makes him worse, not better. We can't afford to give Parthenax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.
I thought I had a mod which meant I could convince her not to.
If they had their... The Greybeards...
Yeah, I'm
Think
just...
about it. No. Trust me. There is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have found... Make your choice, Dragonborn. Here's the big picture. We can't afford to give Parthenax the opportunity
maybe there's some
to
condition
betray
I
us
need to
in
do
turn
to fulfill
and
it.
return to...
Actually, maybe... Have the... No, I've got my Switch outfit. Or maybe the mod isn't actually active.
Old Master.
But I'll deal with it later. Because I don't actually intend on doing the blades or the quest to restore the blades. It's just filler, and I don't need it, and I can take on a dragon on my own. I don't need their help. I mean, I may get around to it later for the sake of completion, but I'm not sure if I can check whether the mod... Without going into the main menu and checking, I'm not sure, so I'll just proceed with the main quest. Now what happens is we are... What the... Oh, we went to the wrong place. We're going to go into the top of Dragon's Reach, which is where the trap is housed. And then we're going to trap the dragon and persuade him into taking us to... Well, he will reveal that the place where you can access Sovngarde is a fortress, but it's so high, it's on a mountaintop, I believe, that it has to be done... That you have to fly to get to it, so he offers to fly you there with you on his back. You can't take any companions with you as far as I know, and there will be many dragons that you have to fight along the way and actually do the dungeon itself. But yeah, this is the beginning of the end. Oh, he's downstairs.
We're ready, Dragonborn. As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word. My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
Right. Sorry, I just thought there was someone at my door. This guy is going to end up dying, unfortunately.
This was your crazy idea, huh?
I think there is a way to save him, but it's extremely complex and... And we also need Dragon Rend.
Go ahead and call this dragon of yours. We're ready.
Okay. It's gonna... Odoving, he is going to swoop down and take this guy. Big red dragon. Bye. Right, now I have to use Dragon Rend on him. And as usual, my accuracy is terrible. I didn't realize he was going to stop. Sorry, guys. Alright, now he's going to land and try to run up to us and eat us. And then they spring the trap. Stop hitting him.
Ulbonar, you went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. Sir Alduin, No doubt you want to know where to find Alduin. Renik Vaza, an apt
praise. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him. Once Lord Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesur, the souls of the mortal dead, a privilege he jealously guards. His door to Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains. Mindoran pa ok midoven avarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there. Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free? Ah, well, Croesus. There is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention. Only this. You have the Thuum of a Dova, but without the wings of one, you will never set foot in Skuldafn.
Give me 15 minutes on climbing spikes.
I could fly you there.
Game of Thrones
not
quote.
While imprisoned like this. Onikan Korav Gair Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skuldafn.
If we let this play out, this court wizard will try to talk to the dragon and try to convince it to show it its power, and it will attack him.
You sure about that?
Not violently, I mean not fatally, but anyway.
Your funeral. Someone else is gonna have to help you get him back in there again. Get ready to open the trap.
But we're just gonna skip that dialogue.
It seems like a really bad idea to me.
Carry on, soldier. This is all part of the Dragonborn's plan.
All the gods.
Was du? Dini dein Rufe Aspa?
Surprise, I was lying. No.
Saran Uth, I await your command as promised. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Zuk Brit Uth, I warn you, once you've flown the skies of Kaizal, your envy of the Dove will only increase. Amativ.
You can actually fly dragons with one of with the Dragonborn DLC.
You're the bravest person I've ever met.
And that is going to be it, because I don't know how much space I have left on my computer, because the videos by default go to my basic hard drive and that's a bit full. Anyway.
This is as far as
That is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, once I've processed this trilogy as it were, we're going to finish Skuldafn, get to Sovngarde, and then we're going to kill ourselves a godly dragon. He considers himself a god anyway. No matter where you are, this has been Darius. Thank you very much for watching, and no matter where you are in the world, have a good day.